This is not a coincidence. This video has found you because you have reached the terminal velocity of your spiritual evolution. You are standing at the threshold. There is a reason this message has appeared in your field right now, at this exact moment in your timeline. You are standing at the energetic precipice of a new reality. This is not a guess. This is not a hope. This is your final confirmation. This moment, this synchronistic event, is a physical manifestation of an energetic law. The threshold you feel is a quantifiable state, a moment of perfect quantum resonance between your inner frequency and the frequency of your desired reality. This is the physics of divine timing. It isn't a mystical, unknowable force. It is a precise alignment, a harmonic convergence that you have meticulously engineered through years of inner work. In the next hour, you will not learn something new. You will be given the final activation codes to access what you already know. You will be reminded of the final step you were born to take. This transmission is designed to illuminate the last 1% of your journey, that final, infinitesimal gap between who you have been and who you are becoming. We will dissect why this last fraction of the path feels exponentially harder than the first 99%, and you will be given the master key to make this final, monumental shift feel utterly, completely and divinely effortless. You are not here to struggle across the finish line. You are here to realize the finish line was a mirage, and you have already arrived. The science that governs this moment is called constructive interference. Imagine two waves moving through water. When the peak of one wave aligns perfectly with the peak of another, they don't just add to each other, they amplify each other, creating a single, much more powerful wave. For years, you have been one of those waves. Your consciousness, your soul signature, has been broadcasting a specific frequency into the quantum field. And on a parallel timeline, your desired reality, the new land, has been broadcasting its own frequency. You have been diligently tuning your own signal, purifying it, raising it, holding it steady through storms of doubt and waves of old programming, and now the alignment is perfect. The peak of your wave has met the peak of its wave. They are in phase. The result is not just addition, it is amplification. It is the spontaneous creation of a bridge where, an instant before, there was only an empty space. This resonant bridge is what you feel. It's what is pulling you forward. If you feel this video has found you at the exact right moment, hit the like button. It's an energetic confirmation to the universe and helps others on the brink find this final message. This is why your recent experiences have been so profoundly paradoxical. This is why you feel that bizarre, almost schizophrenic combination of extreme excitement for the future and a deep, bone-weary exhaustion with the present. It's why old parts of your life, relationships, and even your own personality seem to be dissolving, fading away like a photograph left in the sun. This is not chaos. It is calibration. It is the necessary and precise demolition of the old scaffolding to reveal the temple that has been built within. You have been feeling like a stranger in your own life, haven't you? That is a symptom of success. You sit in rooms with people you have known for years, even loved, and you feel an invisible wall of glass between you. The conversations feel like echoes from a foreign language you used to speak but can no longer comprehend. This is not you being judgmental or aloof. It is a vibrational divergence. You are simply no longer tuned to their frequency, and they are no longer tuned to yours. It is one of the clearest signs of a quantum shift. You've also experienced the phantom nostalgia for a future you haven't lived yet, a sudden, overwhelming sense of homesickness for a place you can only see in your mind's eye. You smell a certain scent in the air, or see the light hit a building in a particular way, and for a fleeting second you are there, in your new home, with your new life, and the feeling is so real, so visceral, that returning to your current reality feels like waking from a beautiful dream. This is not fantasy. This is your consciousness calibrating to its new anchor point. And then there is the exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix, the weariness that feels cellular, as if every atom in your body is tired of holding the structure of your old reality together. This is the energetic cost of existing in two frequencies at once. You are holding the resonant pattern of the new land, while your body is still physically located in the old one. It is the equivalent of running two massive operating systems on a single computer. The burnout is real, but it is not a sign of failure. It is the ultimate sign that the transfer of data is almost complete. These are not problems to be solved. They are confirmations to be acknowledged. To make this tangible, let's introduce the central metaphor for this final stage, the resonance key. For your entire life, and especially over the last several years of intense inner work, you have been crafting a key. This key is your soul signature, the unique, inimitable frequency of your most authentic self. Every time you chose love over fear, you refined its shape. Every time you healed a trauma, you polished its surface. Every time you spoke your truth, you sharpened its edges. This key is a masterpiece of energetic engineering, encoded with the complete harmonic signature of you. The new land, your desired reality, is not just a place. It is a lock, a highly specific, vibrationally attuned lock that can only be opened by one single key in all of existence. Your key, the intense, strange, and often confusing feelings you are experiencing right now. The sense of being on the brink, the anticipation, the feeling that something is about to give way. That is the palpable, physical sensation of your resonance key finally, perfectly, sliding into that lock. There is no friction, there is no resistance. There is only the silent, satisfying click of a perfect fit. You are not breaking down a door. You are not picking a lock. You have become the one and only being who can grant yourself access simply by being who you are. The work of crafting the key is done. So let this be our contract for the remainder of this transmission. By the end, you will understand this not just as a beautiful metaphor, but as a functional, operational map of quantum mechanics. You will move from being someone waiting for permission to shift to being the one who consciously and deliberately turns the key. The anxiety of waiting will dissolve, replaced by the calm, certain power of the one who holds the key to their own becoming. You will consciously walk across the bridge you have built with the very substance of your own being. The journey is not to the bridge. The journey is realizing you have been holding the key all along. Now, it is time to turn it. That key you have been polishing is not a simple object. It is not a single note, a solitary frequency that you send out into the cosmos hoping for an echo. This is the first layer of misunderstanding we must dissolve. The universe does not operate on single notes, it operates in symphonies. Your soul signature is precisely this, a complex harmonic chord of energy that you are broadcasting in every single moment of your existence. This is not a metaphor, it is a literal, physical reality. Your body is a bioelectric generator. Your heart produces a measurable electromagnetic field that extends several feet out from your body, an energetic torus of information. Your brain generates electrical waves that doctors measure with an EEG, waves that shift and change with every thought, every emotion, every state of consciousness. These are not isolated systems, they are an orchestra. Your conscious beliefs are the string section, sometimes soaring with hope, sometimes screeching with doubt. Your subconscious programming, the deep beliefs forged in childhood, are the percussion, the steady, often unnoticed rhythm that drives the entire piece. Your emotions are the powerful brass section, capable of announcing triumph or wallowing in sorrow. Every memory, every hope, every fear, every cell in your body is a musician in this orchestra, contributing its unique tone to the final broadcast. This complex, interwoven, constantly fluctuating broadcast is your soul signature. It is the most honest thing about you. You cannot fake it. You can say, "I am abundant" all day long, but if the percussion of your subconscious is still banging the drum of "I am not worthy," the universe doesn't just hear the words, it hears the entire chaotic chord. So what are the real signs of a quantum shift? It begins with the purification of this signature. For years, you have been doing the painstaking work of a master conductor. You have been walking through your orchestra, instrument by instrument. You addressed the out-of-tune violins of past traumas. You rewrote the sheet music for the mournful cellos of inherited limiting beliefs. You have been training the entire ensemble to play one single, coherent piece of music, the symphony of your true self, the anthem of the reality you know you are meant to inhabit. This process of purification is why you have felt so exhausted, yet so alive. You have been fundamentally rewriting the physics of your own being. Consider your own journey. Which outdated frequencies are you still broadcasting out of habit? even though you know your true soul signature. This understanding leads us to the true nature of the bridge you are about to cross. We call it the soul signature bridge, and it is crucial you understand what it is and what it is not. This is not a physical bridge of steel and stone that appears for you to walk upon. It is a temporary, emergent phenomenon of pure resonance. Think of it like a phase transition in physics, like water turning to ice. Under specific conditions of temperature and pressure, liquid water molecules suddenly lock into a crystalline structure. They don't go anywhere. They simply reconfigure their relationship to one another, and a new state of being emerges. The soul signature bridge is the same. It is a structure of coherent energy that emerges when your broadcasted soul signature perfectly and stably matches the signature of the new land. It isn't built, it is crystallized into existence by the coherence of your own being. It becomes solid and crossable only when you stop broadcasting a chaotic mess of competing frequencies and instead broadcast the pure, stable, unwavering chord of your desired self. This is the key. This explains the profound frustration you have felt. It explains why all the traditional methods of manifestation got you 99% of the way there, but could never seem to seal the final deal. Let's look at them through this new lens. Affirmations. You stood in the mirror, declaring your new reality. I am wealthy, I am loved, I am successful. This is powerful work. You were training the first violin to play a beautiful, powerful new melody, and you could feel it. For a moment, that note of wealth would ring true and clear, and a small synchronicity might appear. A check in the mail, a new opportunity. But what was the rest of the orchestra doing? The deep percussion of your subconscious might still be beating the rhythm of wealth is for other people. The brass section of your emotions might still be blaring the fear of, what if I get it and then lose it all? So while the violin played a hopeful tune, the overall signature you broadcasted was one of dissonance, of inner conflict. The universe, in its infinite precision, simply reflected that conflict back to you as inconsistent results. Then there are vision boards, a brilliant technology for tuning a frequency. You surrounded yourself with images of the new land, the home, the relationship, the sense of freedom. You were giving the orchestra the sheet music for the new symphony. You were showing them exactly what to play. This tuned your focus, a critical instrument. It held a vision, but a vision board is a static image of a future reality. Your soul signature is a dynamic, live broadcast of your present reality. If you looked at your vision board while feeling the lack of what was on it, you were holding the beautiful new sheet music in your hands while every instrument screamed a song of desperate longing and absence. You were not broadcasting the frequency of arrival. You were broadcasting the frequency of wanting to arrive, a subtle but quantumly vast distinction, and the method of acting as if. This gets even closer. You begin to walk, talk, and make decisions as the version of you who already lives in the new land. This is an attempt to force the entire orchestra to play the new symphony by sheer will. It is an act of immense power, and it can create seismic shifts. It brings you right to the edge, to the very shore of the new reality. But it is often unsustainable, because it is an act of doing, not being. You are consciously overriding the dissonant frequencies, but they are still there, buzzing beneath the surface, consuming enormous amounts of your energy to suppress. This is why it leads to burnout. It feels like you are holding a massive beach ball underwater. The moment your focus wavers, the old discordant frequencies shoot back to the surface. You got 99% of the way there through sheer force of will, but the bridge can't crystallize from a place of force. It can only crystallize from a place of authentic, effortless resonance. This brings us to the new paradigm, to the great relief, to the final, liberating truth. The final step of this journey is not about adding more. It is not about a more powerful affirmation, a bigger vision board, or acting harder. It is not about applying more force. The final act is one of subtraction. It is about ceasing the broadcast of all frequencies that do not belong to your authentic soul signature. The work is not to shout your new truth louder. The work is to simply stop telling the old lies, to let the out-of-tune instruments fall silent. You have spent years, lifetimes perhaps, identifying these dissonant notes, the belief you are not enough, the fear of being seen, the trauma of past failures. You have done the work. You know what they are. The final act is to simply stop playing them, to release the habit of broadcasting them. It is an act of profound surrender, an act of radical self-acceptance. It is the shift from doing to being. You don't build the bridge. You become the bridge by eliminating all that is not you. For your entire journey, you have operated under a single, deeply ingrained assumption. An assumption so fundamental it has become invisible, coloring every meditation, every affirmation, every single act of will. You see yourself as a traveler standing on the shore of your current reality, looking out across a vast and turbulent sea toward a distant shore you call the new land. You have been told to build a boat, to wait for a tide, to look for a sign, a map, a guide, and so you have spent years, perhaps decades, becoming the most dedicated traveler imaginable, but the shore never seems to get closer. The sea remains. And here is the source of the deepest exhaustion, the subtle hopelessness that creeps in during the quiet moments, the feeling that you are missing the one final, critical piece of the puzzle. The puzzle is not missing a piece. The puzzle is a different shape entirely. We have been taught to see ourselves as travelers seeking a destination. We look for a bridge to cross to the new land. We ask the universe for the bridge to appear. We work to be worthy of the bridge. This is the oldest story, and it is the final illusion to be released. The quantum revelation is this: there is no bridge to find. You are the bridge. Let that land. Don't analyze it. Feel the frequency of that statement, the very substance of your being, the coherent, stable, unwavering frequency of your soul signature is the material from which the bridge is woven into existence. It is not made of wood or steel or light. It is made of you. Your consciousness, held in a state of pure resonance with the new land, becomes the stable, crossable pathway between the two energetic states. You have been looking for a path, when all along your only job was to become the path. This changes everything. This means you can stop searching for signs outside of yourself, the frantic hunt for validation, the angel numbers, the feathers, the specific songs on the radio. It can end now. Those things were never the bridge itself. They were simply reflections cast upon the water, showing you that the bridge-building material within you was becoming more coherent. You were seeing echoes of your own inner alignment. From this moment forward, you understand that the only sign that matters is the felt sense of your own resonant frequency. The external world will always be a lagging indicator, a mirror showing you the stability of the inner state you held minutes, hours, or days ago. To look outside for proof is to look at the past. To feel inside for certainty is to command the future. This means the stability of your new reality depends entirely on the stability of your inner state. Think of your consciousness as a projector and reality as the screen. If the film in the projector is flickering, damaged and unstable, the image on the screen will be a chaotic mess. You can't fix the image by running up to the screen and painting on it. You must stabilize the source. This is why your near arrivals have felt so wobbly, so transient. You would hold the frequency of the new land for a moment, an hour, a day, and the bridge would materialize. But then an old thought, a fear, a doubt, would cause your frequency to dip, and the bridge, which is made of your very essence, would flicker and dissolve. The demand is no longer to reach a state, but to sustain a state. Your inner world is not a rehearsal for your outer world. Your inner world is the cause. So this is how to align with your desired reality. You become it. This means the new land is not over there. It is not a place you travel to in space and time. It is a resonance of you that you are finally allowing to dominate. Your soul signature, your energetic chord, contains infinite possible notes and harmonics. For most of your life, the dominant chord has been that of your old reality, its fears, its limitations, its stories. Through your work, you have activated a new, higher harmonic within your own being. The new land is simply that harmonic, amplified. The shift is not a journey from point A to point B. It is the process of turning up the volume on the new frequency until it is so loud, so all-encompassing, that it drowns out the static of the old world entirely. You don't go to the new land. You let the new land become the only song you can hear. What if the final step isn't a step forward, but a step inward? A final, absolute acceptance of who you already are. Feel the power in that shift. This means the final act is not locomotion, but embodiment. It is not a step to be taken, but a truth to be occupied. The entire paradigm of doing to get falls away. You have done the work of tuning your instrument. Now, you simply play your music. You embody the frequency. This is the great shift in approach from forceful creation to what we will call resonant embodiment. Forceful creation is the tugboat. It strains. It burns fuel. It pulls against the resistance of the water with immense effort to drag a ship into port. This is the energy of hustle, of struggle, of endless visualization aimed at bending reality to your will. It is exhausting, and it has taken you as far as it can. Resonant embodiment is the lighthouse. A lighthouse does not chase ships. It does not strain or pull. It does not concern itself with the path of any single vessel. Its sole function is to be itself, to anchor itself to the rock and shine its unique, powerful light with unwavering consistency. It simply holds its frequency, and by doing so, the entire reality of the sea navigates differently around it. Ships find their way to harbor, not because the lighthouse forced them, but because it provided a stable, resonant point of reference. Your job is now to become the lighthouse, to anchor into the truth of your soul signature and simply be, to shine, to hold your frequency, and to allow the components of your new reality to navigate themselves to you. This requires a profound shift in identity. You are not a seeker of new worlds. You are a world generator. You are not someone waiting for a reality shift. You are the epicenter of the shift itself. You are not a traveler hoping to find a bridge. Claim this identity now. Feel it in your bones, in the column of your spine, in the space behind your heart. Take a breath, and let this truth configure your very cells. I am the bridge. Because you are the bridge, the signs of the shift appear in you first, long before the external world rearranges itself to match your new frequency. This is a critical understanding. The old world, the old reality, begins to reject your new resonance. It has to. It's physics. The symptoms of this rejection often feel confusing, isolating, and deeply unsettling, but they are not problems. They are not signs you are doing something wrong. They are the counterintuitive proof that you have already departed. They are your receipt of passage. Here are the signs of departure to look for, not as issues to be fixed, but as evidence to be celebrated. The first sign is what I call energetic invisibility. You begin to feel unseen. You start to feel misunderstood, even by people who have known you your entire life. You sit in rooms, at family gatherings, with old friends, and you feel like you are behind a pane of soundproof glass. You can see their mouths moving, you can hear the words, but the transmission of meaning, the energetic exchange that underpins all true communication, is gone. Conversations that once energized you now feel profoundly draining, as if you are trying to power a massive appliance with your own life force. It's not personal. This is not about judgment or superiority. Your frequency has simply shifted out of their detectable range. Imagine a woman who has done this work, deep, soul-excavating work for years. She goes home for a holiday. She loves her family, truly. But as she sits at the dinner table, the conversation revolves around the same old stories, the same limited beliefs about the world, the same gentle complaints that have been circulating for decades. A few years ago, she would have engaged, argued, or tried to fix it. Now she says nothing. She smiles, she passes the potatoes, but she is broadcasting a frequency of such serene self-acceptance and inner peace that it simply does not compute in that environment. Her relatives look at her, and they don't see the radiant, sovereign being she has become. They see a quiet, perhaps distant version of the person they used to know. They ask her if she's okay, if she's tired. They cannot perceive her transformation because they are not tuned to that station. She is invisible. This feeling of disconnect is not a tragedy. It is a graduation. It is the universe confirming that your soul signature no longer requires validation from that particular frequency band. You are no longer in resonance with those conversations, and so, to them, you fade. It is the first, most powerful sign that you have already left the shore. The second sign of departure is the collapse of forcing. Everything you used to achieve through sheer will, through hustle, through grinding effort, now falls apart the harder you push. Your ability to operate from the frequency of struggle has been decommissioned. It's gone. You used to be able to force a project to completion, to will a relationship into working, to push your body beyond its limits. It was your badge of honor. Now, that same energy creates instant resistance. The old strategies suddenly and spectacularly backfire. Success now only arrives through flow, through ease, through inspired action that feels effortless. Consider an entrepreneur who built his company on the back of 18-hour days and a relentless, warrior-like drive. For a decade, that formula worked. Force equaled results. But in the last year, something has shifted. He launches a new product with the same aggressive marketing strategy as always, and it flops. He tries to motivate his team with the same high-pressure tactics, and his best people resign. The more he white-knuckles control, the faster his empire begins to crumble. He is on the verge of panic until he has a moment of clarity. The universe isn't punishing him. It's teaching him the physics of the new land. His soul has evolved beyond the need for struggle. His new frequency is one of aligned creation, not forceful domination. He is being divinely compelled to let go, to trust, to allow success to be drawn to his stable, coherent signal rather than hunted down with a spear. When your old way of making things happen no longer works, it is the clearest possible sign that you are being initiated into a higher operational model. You are being asked to put down the old tools of the old earth because they have no function on the bridge you have become. In the comments, share one sign of departure you've been experiencing. Let's create a powerful collective witness to this mass quantum shift. I want to read your story. This leads us to the third and perhaps most beautiful sign of departure, nostalgia for the future. This is a strange, paradoxical feeling, a sense of profound homesickness for a place you have never been. You may experience it as a sudden wave of melancholy that has no apparent cause, a deep yearning for a home that is not a place from your past. You have vivid dreams of the new land, dreams that feel more real, more solid, more true than your waking reality. You might dream of a city with architecture you've never seen, of a community where you are known and loved for exactly who you are, of a quality of light that doesn't exist in your current world. And when you wake up, the feeling state of that place lingers. For hours, you carry the emotional residue of a future life. This is not mere fantasy. This is your consciousness, untethered from the linear perception of time, already spending significant portions of its energy in the new vibrational reality. It is your soul sending back postcards from the destination. I know a man who experienced this so powerfully that he began to question his sanity. He would wake with the phantom scent of a flower he couldn't name still in his nostrils, with the feeling of a sun he had never known still warm on his skin. His current life, the one with his job and his mortgage and his familiar routines, started to feel thin, faded, like a memory of a memory. That future nostalgia became his anchor. It was the undeniable, somatic proof that the reality he was moving toward was not just a hope or a dream, but a tangible, existing energetic coordinate. It was real, and it was waiting for him to complete the journey. When you feel homesick for the future, it is the universe's final confirmation that your new reality is fully formed, fully operational, and broadcasting a powerful homing signal directly to the core of your being. So you see, these are not problems, these are data points. These are confirmations on a sacred checklist of your becoming. Let's reframe them now. Let's build a new pattern of recognition. When you feel invisible in a room of people from your past, you will no longer feel lonely. You will take a deep breath, and you will say to yourself, check, my frequency has shifted. When an old method of forcing and hustling fails and creates more resistance, you will no longer feel like a failure. You will smile and say, check, I am operating on the new physics of flow. And when that strange, beautiful wave of nostalgia for a future home washes over you, you will no longer feel sad or lost. You will place a hand on your heart and whisper, check, my soul is already there. You are on the bridge. These signs prove it. You understand the concept. You have seen the proof written into the fabric of your own life. Now, the time for intellectual comprehension is over. The moment for somatic knowing is here. Let us embody the truth that you are the bridge. It is not enough to know it. You must become it. So, wherever you are, find a space where you can be undisturbed for the next few moments. You can sit or lie down. Just ensure your spine is relatively straight to allow the energy to flow. And when you are ready, gently close your eyes. Begin by taking a deep, conscious breath, inhaling the present moment and exhaling any tension from the day. Another deep breath in and a long, slow breath out, letting go of the world outside this space. Bring your awareness to the space you occupy. Feel the air on your skin, the ground beneath you. And now, with your inner vision, I want you to sense the shore of your old reality behind you. Do not turn to look at it, just feel it. Sense its energetic texture. It is dense, familiar, heavy with the weight of history, of every belief you inherited, every compromise you made. Feel the gravitational pull of its stories, its limitations, its comfortable pains. It is the world you knew, the identity you wore. Acknowledge it without judgment. It served you. It brought you here. Now, gently turn your awareness forward. In front of you, shrouded in a luminous mist, is the shore of the new land. You cannot see it clearly, but you can feel it. Feel its frequency. It is light, it is vibrant. It hums with a silent music of possibility. Sense the emotional tone of this new shore. It may feel like peace, or freedom, or an expansive joy you have only ever dreamed of. It is the reality that matches your true soul signature. Feel the contrast. Behind you, the known density. In front of you, the resonant lightness. Now, let go of both shores. Release your focus on the past and the future. And draw your attention inward, deep into the very center of your being, to the space in the middle of your chest, the seat of the soul. Here, inside you, is the source of all reality. Here is your soul signature. For a moment, just be with this inner space. And now ask your deepest self to reveal its true frequency. Do not force it, simply allow it to arise. For some of you, this will feel like a warm, golden light beginning to glow in your chest, expanding with every breath. For others, it may be a sound, a deep resonant hum like a cello string plucked in the cosmos, vibrating through your entire body. For others still, it will be a feeling of infinite peace, of absolute rightness, of coming home to yourself for the very first time. Whatever it is for you, allow it to grow. Let this light, this sound, this feeling become more vivid. This is your chord. This is the authentic, undiluted frequency of you. This is the energy you are made of, beneath all the conditioning and the noise. Stay with this feeling. This is the truth of who you are. This is the energy that builds worlds. Now, as you hold this frequency, this feeling of your true home within you, pause. As you come back to this space, what single feeling defines the frequency of your new land? Let that feeling be your compass from this moment on. Breathe that feeling into the light, into the sound, into the vibration at your core. Amplify it. Let it become the only reality in your awareness. You are the source. You are the generator. And now, from this vibrant core of your being, I want you to feel your soul signature beginning to expand. Feel this energy, this light, this vibration extending outward from you. Feel it reaching behind you, not to engage with the old shore, but to anchor itself as the starting point of your new reality. It is not connecting to the old world, it is overwriting its foundation with your truth. And now feel it extending forward, powerfully, purposefully, stretching across the quantum void toward the shore of the new land. See and feel this beam of pure, coherent energy, your energy, touching down on that distant shore, locking into its resonant frequency, and in that moment of contact, the bridge becomes whole. You are not on the bridge. You are the bridge, the very substance of your being. This stable, radiant frequency you are holding right now is the material from which it is woven. Feel its stability, feel its solidity. It is a pathway of pure light, a structure of coherent sound, a causeway of unconditional love. It is you. Your very being is what connects the worlds. You are the bridge, and you are the traveler. You are standing in the center of your own creation. Behind you lies the ghost of a reality that no longer serves you. In front of you lies the home your soul has always known. The time for duality is over. It is time to make the final choice. This is the point of no return. Now, consciously, deliberately, I want you to withdraw your energy from the shore behind you. Pull back every thread of attention, every ounce of focus, every lingering emotional attachment. Feel it dissolving. as you withdraw your observation. You are collapsing that waveform. You are letting it go lovingly, completely, finally. It vanishes. And now, take all of that reclaimed energy, all of your magnificent power, all of your conscious awareness, and pour it forward. Pour it across the bridge of your own being. Pour it into the new land. Feel the bridge not as something you are crossing, but as something you are becoming. The distinction between you and the path disappears. The distinction between the path and the destination disappears. There is only one reality now. This frequency, this light, this feeling. You are here. Breathe here. In this new state of being, you are home. The bridge is not something you have to rebuild every day. It is now your default state of being, for you have collapsed the alternative. Your only work is to remember and to reside in this frequency. Feel the solidity of this new ground beneath your feet. Feel the peace of this new air in your lungs. You are standing on the shore of your new land. And when you are ready, slowly, gently, begin to bring your awareness back to your physical body. Feel your hands and your feet. Feel the chair or the floor supporting you. And in your own time, when you feel complete, open your eyes, knowing you are looking out from a new world. Welcome. You have felt yourself as the bridge. Now you must live as the bridge. This requires a new way of operating, a new set of personal physics. The embodied certainty you feel in this moment is the foundation, but a foundation must be built upon. You are no longer a passenger to reality. You are its conscious architect. And an architect requires tools, not tools of force, but tools of frequency. This is a practical guide for what to do before a big life change, because this change is not a singular event, but the adoption of a new way of being. I am going to give you 3 protocols to ensure the bridge you have become remains stable, strong, and becomes the only reality you experience. The first tool for the conscious architect is the frequency audit. This is a daily practice. 5 minutes. It is a moment of radical self-awareness where you scan your own broadcast. You sit quietly and scan your thoughts, your emotions, and your recent actions. And for each one, you ask a simple, non-judgmental question. Is this resonant with the new land, or is this an echo of the old? An echo is a residual vibration. It's a thought pattern you learned in the old reality to keep you safe. It's an emotional reaction that was once necessary for survival, but is now obsolete. It's a habit that belongs to the person you were, not the being you are. These echoes will continue to play out of pure momentum. Like a radio station you've tuned away from still faintly crackling in the background. Your job is not to fight the static. Your job is simply to notice it. The most common mistake, and the one that will keep you tethered to the old shore, is to judge the old frequency. When a thought of fear or doubt arises, the old paradigm was to attack it, to affirm over it, to wage war against it. But what you resist persists. Judging a frequency is a form of engaging with it. It gives it your energy. The new protocol is one of neutral observation. When the echo of unworthiness appears, you don't fight it. You simply observe it and name it. Ah, that is the unworthiness program, an echo from the old world. Noted. That's it. You give it no energy, no judgment, no fear. You see it as an energetic artifact from a timeline that is no longer your primary reality. By neutrally observing it, you decouple from it. You cease to be the source of its broadcast. It is a cloud passing in the sky of your awareness. You are the sky, not the cloud. The frequency audit, practiced daily, retrains your consciousness to identify only with its true soul signature and to allow all other dissonant frequencies to simply fade away from lack of attention. The second tool is not a maintenance tool. It is an activation. It is the final step protocol. The final step across the bridge is not a step towards something new. It is the final release of the old. You do not arrive in the new land by reaching for it. You arrive by completely and utterly letting go of the shore behind you. There is one thing, right now, that is acting as your primary anchor to the old reality. It is a belief, a relationship, a habit, an object. It is something your logical mind has made excuses for, something your emotional body feels a treacherous loyalty to. But your soul knows it is the final tether. In this moment, I want you to ask your higher self, show me the final tether. Allow the answer to surface. It may be a limiting belief system like, I have to work hard to be worthy, or I am not yet ready. It may be a relationship that consistently broadcasts a frequency of limitation or doubt, a person who can only see you as you were. It may be a habit, like numbing your senses with distraction, that prevents you from feeling the subtle frequencies of the new land. It may even be a physical object that ties you energetically to a past you have vibrationally outgrown. What is the one habit, Gyash, relationship, or belief from your old reality that you will consciously and lovingly release in the next 24 hours? Once you have identified it, you must perform a conscious ritual of release. This cannot be a passive decision, it must be an action. If it's a belief, write it down on a piece of paper. Speak aloud why you are releasing it with gratitude for how it once served you, and then safely burn it. If it's a relationship, have the conversation that establishes a new boundary or completes the energetic contract with love. If it's an object, donate it or discard it. The action must be decisive. It must be done within the next 48 hours. The primary mistake here is waiting until you feel 100% ready. You will not feel ready. The readiness is not a prerequisite for the action. The readiness is a consequence of the action. The old identity will scream for its survival. It will rationalize, it will bargain, it will create fear. You must act anyway. The courage is found in the leap, not in the moments hesitating at the edge. This one, final act of release, is you, as the architect, consciously severing the last rope to the old construction site. It is the most powerful signal you can send to the universe that you have chosen. Once you have initiated this release, your work is to stabilize the new frequency. This brings us to the third tool, resonance anchoring. This is how you consciously and instantly return to the embodied state of the new land, multiple times a day. During the meditation, you felt the frequency of your new reality. It has a specific emotional texture, a unique feeling state. Your job is to make that feeling your new energetic home. You do this by creating an anchor. An anchor is a neurological and energetic link between a physical action and an inner state. Right now, bring that feeling back into your body. The feeling of peace, of freedom, of arrival. The core emotional signature of your new land. Let it fill your chest, your entire being. As the feeling reaches its peak, perform a simple, unique physical action. For instance, press the tip of your thumb to the tip of your forefinger on your right hand. Hold it for 5 seconds while immersed in the feeling. Then release. You have just created a resonance anchor. Practice this several times. Feel the frequency, press the anchor. You are creating a powerful connection. Now, throughout your day, whenever you feel the wobble, whenever an echo from the old world gets loud, simply perform the anchor. Press your fingers together. Do not try to force the feeling. Just activate the anchor. The feeling state will arise automatically. The common mistake is to try and think your way into the feeling. You will try to remember it, analyze it, or generate it from your mind. That is not the way. The feeling does not live in your intellect. It lives in your body, in your heart's electromagnetic field. The anchor is a shortcut that bypasses the doubting mind and speaks directly to the cellular memory of your body. Use it 50 times a day if you must. Every time you do, you are casting a vote for your new reality. You are strengthening the energetic structure of the bridge you have become. Finally, you must adopt the integration framework. This is the mindset you hold as the last vestiges of the old world dissolve. As you do this work, the 3D world will take time to catch up to your new frequency. You may experience a temporary wobble, a moment where things seem chaotic or uncertain. This is the space between frequencies. The old is gone, but the new has not yet fully materialized. During this final phase, your mantra, your entire operational command is this: my only job is to maintain my frequency. The universe will handle the logistics. Read that again. Feel it. My only job is to maintain my frequency. My only responsibility is to use the tools, the audit, the release, the anchor, to stay in the resonant state of the new land. It is not your job to figure out how the money will come, how the person will appear, how the opportunity will manifest. The moment you start trying to control the logistics, you have dropped back into the frequency of the old reality, a reality based on force, control, and lack. Your power as the architect is in the integrity of your blueprint, your frequency. You hold the vibration of the finished building. The universe, in its infinite intelligence, is the master builder that organizes matter, energy, and synchronicity around that blueprint. Trust the builder. Your only job is to be the architect. Hold the vision, maintain the frequency, live from the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The rest is not your concern. You have received the confirmation. You have embodied the truth. You have been given the tools to complete your journey across the soul signature bridge. You stand here now at the culmination of a lifetime of work, of searching, of becoming. The final moments of the old world are flickering out, not with a bang, but with a quiet, certain release. The version of you that began this transmission is not the version of you that is here in this moment. That person was standing at the threshold, filled with a beautiful and potent mix of anticipation and anxiety. You, however, are standing on the bridge itself, feeling its solid, resonant reality beneath your feet because it is made of the very substance of your being. You are ready. Acknowledge this readiness. Feel it in your cells. It is not an intellectual concept. It is a physiological state. It is the deep, calm certainty that resides beneath the surface noise of the mind. It is the peace that comes from no longer fighting your own becoming. You have done the work. You have tuned the instrument of your soul. You have polished the resonance key, and you have understood the final, profound truth. You are not the traveler, you are the bridge. The old you ends here. This is your graduation. It is the sacred moment of transition where the initiate becomes the master. The mastery is not of some external force, but of the internal state. Your only job was to become so unshakably yourself that reality had no choice but to rearrange its patterns around your new frequency. And you have succeeded. But crossing into your new land is not a destination. It is a new beginning. It is an arrival. But it is not a final resting place. It is your entry point into a higher octave of reality, a new dimension of experience governed by a different set of physics. The principles that brought you here are not the same principles that will allow you to navigate this new territory. You have mastered the physics of the individual. Now, you must learn the physics of the interconnected. Once you stabilize in this new state, and you will stabilize quickly, you begin to discover a new quantum law at play. One that was always active, but remained in the background until your frequency was high enough and stable enough to engage with it consciously. That law is quantum entanglement. If resonance was the force of attraction that drew your new reality to you, entanglement is the invisible web of connection that binds your new reality to everything else. It is the principle that states that particles can be linked in such a way that the state of one instantly influences the state of the other, no matter the distance separating them. On a quantum level, there is no separation. This is the secret that the new land holds. You are not an isolated island of perfected frequency. You are a coherent, powerful broadcasting tower, now plugged into a cosmic network. Your stabilized frequency doesn't just affect your personal field anymore. It begins to send ripples of influence through the entire entangled web of consciousness. Your peace creates peace. Your clarity creates clarity. Your abundance creates abundance, not just for you, but within the collective field you are now consciously participating in. The physics of the bridge was resonance. Resonance is a law of harmony, of matching frequencies, of creating a coherent pathway between 2 points, your old self and your new self. It was a deeply personal, internal process of alignment. It was about closing the gap within. The physics of the new land is entanglement. Entanglement is a law of unity, of instantaneous connection, of shared destiny. It is the science of co-creation. When your stabilized high frequency meets the principle of quantum entanglement, your reality stops being a solitary creative act. You stop just creating your world. You begin to co-create a new collective reality. You become a world builder. This is the great responsibility and the profound joy of arriving in the new land. You graduate from being a student of reality to becoming a conscious architect of it. The signs you receive are no longer just for you. They become signals for others. Your stability becomes an anchor for the collective. Your breakthrough creates an energetic pathway that makes it easier for the next person to cross their own bridge. You have become a node in a network of light, a part of a planetary consciousness shift that is happening one soul at a time. Mastering this new physics, the physics of entanglement, requires a new curriculum. It requires a new understanding of how your consciousness interacts with the universe on a moment-to-moment basis. This is the curriculum for the citizens of the new land. It is the next stage of your evolution. In our next transmission, we will explore this profound principle. That video is called Quantum Entanglement Explained: How Your Consciousness Connects to Everything Instantly. It is the first lesson in this new paradigm. After that, we will explore synchronicity is simpler than you think. It's pure physics. We will deconstruct the mechanics of how the universe conspires to support you once you are living from this entangled state. Subscribe and activate all notifications. The next video, Quantum Entanglement Explained: How Your Consciousness Connects to Everything Instantly, is the first lesson from inside the new land. You must be here for it. This is no longer just about your journey. It is about the role you are now ready to play in the journey of all. But that is for the next now. For this now, there is only one thing left to do. You have the awareness. You have the tools. You are standing on the bridge of your own making. Go now. Take that final step. Release what needs to be released. Let the echoes of the old world fade without judgment, without attachment, with only gratitude for the lessons they provided. Turn your full attention forward, to the light and the frequency of the reality that is yours by divine right. Your new world is not just waiting for you. It is being dreamed into existence by you. Welcome home.